Ladies and gentlemen, this content is brought to you by Prize Picks, the leader in daily fantasy sports. It's super easy to play. All you got to do is go there, prizepicks.com, download the Prize Picks app, whatever you want to do, and you choose 2 to 6 players, and they're going to give you projected stats. All you have to do is choose more or less on those projected stats. For example, right, we're all NFL fans here. We love the Cowboys. I'm going to most likely pick more on Dak Prescott passing yards. Also, as an Eagles hater, if I see Jalen Hurts interceptions, I'm always going to assume that he's going to throw more than what they are projecting him to throw. And you can win 2, 5, 10, 50, 100 times your money. The more players that you select in that lineup, the more you can win. And it's not just football. They got baseball, MMA is year round, basketball will be coming up soon. And if you're a gamer, they even got Counter-Strike. So let me save you some money. Voch says this. I'm gonna walk you through this slowly, okay? You download the Prize Picks app, okay? You use code Voch, V-O-C-H, Voch, all right? And let's just say that you deposit $10, all right? You go make you a little lineup and you play $5. When you play 5, Prize Picks will give you 50 instantly. Play 5, they give you 50. They just want you to play some more. You can't beat that with a stick. Use code Voch, V-O-C-H, Voch, all right? Prize Picks, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, the leader in daily fantasy sports. And we are back. What up, chat? I watched a little bit of new Cowboy KJ Henry, and I try not to start off watching, highlight tapes or whatever, because I think highlights can be problematic. But I pulled up KJ's film and I just watched some of his regular stuff, and it was a whole bunch of him on kicking teams. And when he was on defense, it just wasn't inspiring at all. So what I eventually had to do was, actually pull some of the highlights. Like, all right, cool. If I don't know what you look like on a regular, at least let me try to figure out what you look like when you winning. Hey man, just he be winning, you know what I'm saying? Now, this KJ Henry situation is a reaction to the bug that's hitting our edge room. Sam Williams is out for the year. DeMarcus Lawrence is out for, I assume he's going to be out for a couple of months. He has a Liz Frank situation, and we all saw Jordan Lewis kind of have issues with the Liz Frank situation, so that's just that. And then Michael Parsons he's gonna miss like 3 or 4 games, and if I had to bet, I think he's gonna be a full-time as defensive end when he gets back. All right. But KJ Henry, man, so just in case anybody want to ask, yo, Voch, does he adequately kind of fill that role? Like, is he doing a decent job of filling that role? And me, honestly, I think that KJ Henry comes in to be a depth piece, which is bad, right? You lose starters, right? And you imagine that you want to replace those starters with starters, but at the end of the day, you're going to replace those starters with your current backups, and then you're going to replace the depth of that with some more depth dudes. What do I mean by that? Hey, you lose KJ Henry, he's not going to come in and start for you. And it's interesting because he's on a 2-year contract. I thought that was peculiar, but whatever. So the Cowboys signed him from the Bengals practice squad. I know I'm showing Washington Football Wizard film, but he literally did nothing this year. This is from last year. So yeah. He signed to a 2-year contract, which I thought was interesting, but whatever, he's here. What I meant by that is I don't think KJ Henry is going to come in and be a starter for you. I don't see starter in KJ Henry's future. Do I see starter in Marshawn Nealon now? Sure. Do I see starter in Carl Lawson now? Most likely. Okay. Those are going to be like your blaring first team guys. Then you're going to see a mixture of Tyrus Wheat. He's going to be getting involved somewhat. And then you just kind of got some questions right now. If you want to go back to who we had in the preseason, Kadir Muhammad or whatever, right? In my mind, that's where I thought a direction the Cowboys would go. I thought they would go in the direction of a player that we had seen already, that we had a little bit of familiars with. Like, okay, cool. We know Al-Qadim Muhammad, and he played some reps for us, but he didn't fully he didn't fully get that Cowboys cosign because he didn't make the team. And I feel you, because there's a lot of edges in this room, so I imagine why Al-Qadim Muhammad didn't make the team. But I wonder if he was close to making your team, right? Like if he was on a bubble to making your team, is he worth bringing back now? The answer is yes, but we haven't seen the Cowboys do that just yet. So this is a developing situation. But just let y'all know, man, the first move has been signing KJ Damn Henry to a 2-year contract. And if I had to bet, he's going to be your new Tyrus Wheat. He's going to be your new Tyrus Wheaton. You may be asking, but Voch, what does that mean? He's going to be the new Tyrus Wheaton. That means Tyrus Wheaton got to be a dude. He got to be a dude now. And then plus, chat, don't get me wrong, man. I imagine that Chauncey Golston's probably going to be getting some of this edge work too. So I don't want to count him out too fast. But I just wasn't super inspired. KJ Henry's a guy that seems to be more of a athletic-y type end guy, not more of a power rusher. He's not like a super duper athlete, but if he had to categorize himself as a power rusher or a speed rusher, I mean, I imagine he has more speed rushing in his tool belt or whatever, right? How is he versus the run? I mean, hey, I'd rather put Chauncey and Marshawn Nealon out there versus the run. Like we had to do it like that. This is how I would do it personally. I would probably look at Marshawn Nealon and Chauncey Golston as like my main rundown dudes, and when it's time to do some pass rush stuff, then I'm blitzing. Oh yeah. Man, can you imagine running the end game formation? We go, Henry, get in the game and go rush the pass. I just can't see this world where KJ Henry goes out there and makes this big difference rushing the passer. Now, a part of me feels like, hey, man, guys like Yannick Ngakoue are going to be around. Pardon me, this is KJ Henry over here. Guys like Yannick Ngakoue are just kind of sitting around. Like, is he worth taking a look at? And the Cowboys haven't shown any indication that they're interested in Yannick Ngakoue. So, hey, man, we'll just cross that bridge whenever we get there, man. But I don't think there's a whole bunch of defensive end options for you that's just sitting out there in the first place, unless you want to go holler at Randy Gregory, see if he'll come play for you for like $38 a year. But I don't think the Cowboys want to do that. I think, and let's just keep it a buck here, though, chat. Let's just keep it a buck here, man. Like, Michael will be back in a couple of weeks, and it's basically you saying, can you survive those first couple of weeks